As you can see from my previous video, I got scammed on this battery. It's supposed to have 6 cells, so 3 in parallel and 2 in series, like this one here, but I only have 2 cells. But that's not a problem because I don't need the cells. I only need the BMS. So I'm gonna remove the BMS and connect it to my Tesla pack. There are only 3 connections between the BMS and the battery pack. We got battery positive, battery negative, and the series connection. So all I have to do is to desolder these connections, this and that, and it should come right out. Let me show you what I've got so far. So here's the battery pack, 2 Tesla cells connected in series. I've got the 3 wires going out to the original battery BMS. So I've got positive, negative, and the series connection going to this BMS right here. Now I just put this cover back on, and now it can go on my camera just like that. It's secure in place. So let's turn it on. Let me show you that it works. There you go, it's working. So what I'm gonna do is to make a case for the battery and mount it right on the bottom of the camera. I'm going to use a plastic pipe to make the case, and this is ABS plastic, 2.5 inch in diameter, and I'm just gonna heat it up and reshape the pipe into a rectangular shape so I can mount it on the bottom here. I just cut it straight down in the middle. Now I'm gonna heat it up with my heat gun and flatten it out, and here it is, completely flat. I'm gonna heat it up again and fold it up to make it like a box so I can fit my battery in here. Here I'm using a couple blocks of wood as a form so I can easily fold it. And here it is. And this piece of wood is gonna be the base, and it's gonna go in here like that. And then my battery will go in there like that. Alright, I've got everything ready, so let me show you how I'm going to make the battery box. I drill a couple of holes on the plastic, and I'm going to mount it right on the camera like so. These are the 2 screws I'm going to use, so I countersink on the plastic so that the screw will sink into the hole. So this is going to be mounted right onto the camera tripod mount, and the screw size is 1/4 20. The camera only has 1 hole that has thread, so you can screw on. The other hole is just for support and it doesn't have threads. So I use this to make threads for the second hole. And now I have 2 holes with threads, so I can mount 2 screws on instead of just 1. So I just put the 2 screws in and it goes on the camera just like that. It is very secure. It can easily hold the weight of the entire camera, the battery, and my Rode microphone. Because this is already occupies the space of the tripod mount, I need to make a new tripod mount. And I'm using this nut. It's the same size as the tripod mount. The thread size is 1/4 20, and the height of this nut is 9/16 of an inch, so it's a little bit over 1/2 an inch. It's got 3 barbs sticking out like a nail, so that you can just nail straight into the wood and it's stuck on there pretty good. And then on the other side, I reinforce it with another 1/4 20 screw, and this will hold on to the nuts pretty tight so that it won't come out accidentally. So this is not going anywhere. I cut the screws short enough so that there is still a lot of space for the tripod mount inside the hole of the threads. And now this piece of wood will go on to the plastic just like that. This is what it's going to look like. And then the space inside here will be for my battery. So that right there is going to be my new tripod mount. I put 2 screws on each side to secure the wood to the plastic, and it is very tight. I cut another piece of plastic from the same ABS pipe, and I'm just gonna glue it right on the front to make the front door for the battery housing. I think I'm pretty much done here. Let me first show you the battery pack. On the balance cable, I split the cable into two connectors. For one of the connector is for the original battery BMS, so that's gonna be powering the BMS, and then the other balance connector, and along with the main connector, I'm gonna use for charging the battery while the battery pack is still inside the camera, so that I don't have to unplug the battery. So the main battery box is mounted onto the tripod mount of the camera, and this is the main battery. This one I already wrapped it so that it has some insulation, and go in there like so, and I'm gonna squeeze all the wires in there. This door is made of EVA foam. It's very soft, easy to cut, easy to make. I made a magnet here on the back here, and also a magnet on the foam, so that when it's closed, it will stick onto the case just like that. And then on the side I got two zip tie, and they act as a hinge so it can rotate like that. The battery BMS already is connected to the camera, and it receives power from the battery from the balance connector. And now we can turn it on. There we go, it's on. Let's see how long I can get from this camera. 4 hours 46 minutes from the battery. That's amazing. As comparison, this is the extended capacity battery for this camera, and when it was new I got about almost 4 hours, and it's about, I would say, about the same size of this Tesla pack. It's shorter, but it's fatter, so it's about the same size as the Tesla pack, but the Tesla had almost 5 hours, whereas this only about 4 hours when it's new. Right now this one can only last for about 2.5 hours max, because I've been using it for like 2 years. So right now I have one pack inside the camera, it's powering the camera right now, and this is the extra one, so each can give me 5 hours. So when this one runs out, all I have to do is to unplug the balance connector, because it's only powered by one single balance connector. And then I'll just replace with a fresh one and plug it in with the balance connector, and then I'm good to go for another 5 hours. I can still use the original charger to charge this battery, so all I have to do is plug this BMS into the charger and it will charge the battery. But the problem with this charger is that it takes a whopping 12 hours to charge the battery, even with the lower capacity. So with this battery, which is higher capacity, probably takes a whole day to charge it. But with these connectors and the balance charger, I can charge the battery as fast as I can to the maximum speed. So I can charge it 2 to 3 amps, and only takes between 2 to 3 hours to fully charge this battery instead of a whole day. Let me show you the tripod mount. 1/4 T-prong nut will fit perfectly onto the tripod screw here. Let's screw it on. Check that out. Very sturdy, even upside down like that. See how sturdy it holds. Works perfectly. And that's all for now, folks. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.